Graders, I am here in my garage classroom and I am ready for your math lesson for April 1st. And today the penguins are going to be helping us solve lots of different kinds of word problems. So the first word problem I've got, there are 9 penguins standing on the ice waiting to dive in and 5 penguins already in the water. How many penguins in all? So the first thing that we're going to do is think about, what is this story about? What is it about? Yep, 9 penguins standing on and waiting to jump in the water to join their friends. That's right, the penguins will be joining together. And let's think about what numbers you heard. You heard a 9 for the 9 penguins standing outside on the ice waiting to dive in, and then 5 that are already in the water. Now we need to think, what do they want us to do with these numbers? So we have to look at the question. How many penguins in all? In all. So we know this is a joining together problem. So what do you think we should do? I see. Okay. I'm going to give you a moment to try to solve this problem. Go ahead. All right. Pause if you need more time. So remember some of the strategies, what we've been looking at, different kinds of addition facts. Make 10s, add 9s, add 10s, doubles plus or minus 1, and doubles. We also have our strategies that you learned in kindergarten of counting on, counting up. But today, let's think about that. 9 plus 5. 9 plus 5 equals. Maybe some of you were thinking to just do all 9 and then count on 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Some of you might have been thinking like that. But some of you might have thought, oh my goodness, I can use a strategy that we've been learning. What about if I think of this instead as a 10 plus a 4? Can I turn my 9 plus 5 into a 10 plus 4? 10 and 4 more, 10 and some more is 14. Maybe you were thinking about it. You could just move 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Maybe you thought about it like that. Or maybe you could think about it like 10, 12, 14. What made the most sense to you? Now let's practice some more penguin problems. These ones are not in your packet. These are just for me. So the first problem here says 12 penguins were standing on the ice. 3 of them dove into the water. How many penguins were left on the ice? What numbers did you hear? 12, good. What else? 3, good. And what was the question? How many penguins were left on the ice? Let's think about this. How should we set up our equation? Let's see. 12 penguins were standing on the ice, and 3 of them dove and they went away. So I should use that's right, subtraction symbol. And how many went away? 3. All right, 12 minus 3. What strategies can you use to do 12, take away 3? What did you get? Oh, you want me to show you? Okay. Well, let's think. Here's my 12. And if I had 12 and I took away 2, it would be 10. But I'm taking one more away than that. So it's actually going to be 12 minus 3 equals 9. You got it. So over here, we're solving. I'm going to put the empty box. 12 take away 3 equals 9. Okay, next problem. If you look at this problem now, there's a question mark down in the water. And we've got the penguins standing up on this ice ledge. It says, there were 14 penguins standing on the ice. Some of them dove into the water. Now there are only 8 penguins left on the ice. How many dove in the water? What numbers? Yeah, a 14. What else? And an 8. And the question wants us to figure out how many of them dove into the water. So we have 14. And then some of them dove. Do you see that? We don't know how much that sum is, but we know it's supposed to be a number. So I'm just going to put an empty box there for my sum. 14, take away this sum that went in the water. And now there are only 8 penguins left on the ice. You see the 8 penguins left on the ice? I guess the other ones must be hiding under the water in this picture. How could we figure this out? How many are hiding in the water? Go ahead and pause if you'd like to work on your strategy. If not, you can continue and you can look at an idea of some different strategies. Maybe some people were thinking if there were 14 and then 8. So they were starting with 14 and then just taking some away until they got to 8. So they might be going 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. And how many did I have to take away? 6. What about if we think of this with another strategy? What other strategy do you think you can use? Oh, you want to try a counting up strategy? Okay, so let's try a counting up strategy. What should we start with? You want to start with 8? Okay, here we go. Oh, sure. I can do 5 and 3. Sure, I can do 8 that way. And then we want to count up until we get to 14. Okay, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So how many did I have to add? 4 down here and these 2 right here. Yep, I had to add 6. Are there any more strategies that you can think of? What about if I started just thinking about my 8 and I knew 8 plus 2 could make a 10? And I know that 10 and 4 can make a 14. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There they are. How did you think about it today? And the last problem we're going to try to figure out. This one says, some penguins were standing on the ice. 6 of them dove in the water and started swimming around. Now there are only 9 penguins left on the ice. How many penguins were on the ice to start? So let's talk about the numbers we're hearing. I heard a 6. What else? A 9. And there's that sum again. going to be a number. We just don't know what yet. We have to solve for it by answering this question. How many penguins were on the ice to start? So I don't know my starting number. I'm going to put a box for it. So some penguins are standing on the ice and 6 of them dove in the water. So should we add 6 to our mystery number or should we take it away? So what symbol should we use? Addition or subtraction symbol? That's right. Sure. And how many? And now now what does it equal? Now it equals 9. So something take away 6 is going to make a 9. Well, I know that 10 take away 6 makes 10. So what could I do to make it 9? 16 take away 6 would make it 10. What would 15 take away 6 be? Should we try it? Let's see. My number rack. 10, 15. Okay, I've got 15. And you want to try taking away 6? Here they go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take them away. How many do I have left? 4 on the top, 5 on the bottom. That's right. And there's one red bead left on this side now, just one. That's right. It's a 9. It's a 9. So you see how thinking about tens helped me figure that out without having to just guess and check a whole bunch? Because I was thinking, 16 take away 6 would make a 10. And I need to go one smaller. So let's make that a 15. Okay, boys and girls, I'm going to read you the page in your packet now. It's very similar, but guess what? They've already written the equations for you. Your job is to solve them. What strategy are you going to try? More diving penguin problems, page 1 of 2. Read and solve each of the problems below. Show your work. Use numbers, pictures, or words to help solve the problem. Fill in the missing number in the equation when you find the answer. Number 1. There were 11 penguins on the ice. Then 3 of them dove in the water. How many penguins are left on the ice? 11 minus 3 equals how many penguins? This is the end unknown. The end of this problem is unknown. Question 2. There were 10 penguins on the ice. Some of them dove into the water, and now there are only 3 penguins left on the ice. How many penguins dove into the water? 10 take away something equals 3 penguins. In this problem, we don't know this middle number. We don't know that change number. It's a change unknown problem. Let's look at number 3. Some penguins were on the ice, then 4 dove into the water. Now there are only 9 penguins left on the ice. How many penguins were on the ice to start? So this one is a start unknown problem. We have to figure out our starting number. Give you a trick. Addition and subtraction are related. I wonder if you can find your starting number with addition. Something minus 4 equals 9. Check your answers with your fact families. Do they work? All right. And Module 3, Session 2. More diving penguin problems, page 2 of 2. Number 4, solve each of the equations below. Write the answers in the empty boxes. Use numbers, pictures, or words to show how you got the answers. 20 take away 10 is, 20 take away 10. Cut that 20 in half. What do you get? 20 take away 10. And something take away 10 is going to leave you with just 3. Something take away 10 is going to leave you with just 3. Number 5. Some penguins were playing on the ice, then 10 of them dove into the water, and only 8 penguins were left on the ice. How many penguins were on the ice to start? Use numbers, pictures, of words to show how you got the answer. How many did they start with? Because they took away 10, and now there are 8. Do you already know? You're thinking of that team number that already has it in the ones place? Oh, I won't say. You write it. And number 6 is a challenge. Some penguins were playing on the ice. Then 8 of them dove into the water. A few seconds later, 5 of those penguins jumped back onto the ice. Now there are 12 penguins on the ice. How many penguins were on the ice to start? Use numbers, pictures, or words to show how you got the answer. All right. Thanks for doing math with me today.